Hello everyone, my name is Anurag Poddar. So today I am going to discuss about unit number 5, coding and testing, lecture number 48. So the contents that we are going to discuss in this video is about the test plan, what is the test case design and test case execution. Now let us see what is test plan. Now test plan is nothing but a general document for the entire project in which scope of the project is defined. Now if you are planning for a project or when you are making a project, so before making that project we'll make a planning or like a document. So that document contains what will be the scope of the project, so how long the project will be defined. It also includes scheduling of the test items. So whenever you are making a project and once it is the development phase is done, when we go to the testing phase, so how the testing should be carried out and what all at what times the schedule of the testing should be carried out, that all information is stored in the test plan. So the entire test process is illustrated in test plan. So this test plan is nothing but a general document where how the testing will be carried out for the entire project will be done in the test plan. Now the planning can be done parallel with designing and coding. Now most of the developers, what they do is first they design and code, okay, and they do not care about the testing. So directly they may give the project for testing, and if they give it for testing directly, what happens, sometimes it may fail for the all the test cases. So instead of reducing that time, so what planning can be done is while designing only you can do the testing parallel to the designing as well as coding. So this will help to make the testing more perfectly. The project plans, SRS, system design document are used as input for test plan. So for test plan, when you're planning for a document that is a test plan, so that document should contain the project plans, the SRS and system design document. So based on this, we will the tester can design a test plan using SRS and design document, the test items in the test plan, and these documents helps in designing the test purpose. So by using these inputs, that is SRS and design document, so the tester will decide how to go with the test approach. Now the test plans contains, so the document of test plans, as I told, contains how the testing course should be carried out and what all should be done in the testing process. First, it should contain test unit specification, features that should be tested, approach for testing, test deliverable, schedule and task allocation, as well as identification of test units will be an important activity in test plan. Test case design. Now the second part is this one of the, after test plan there is a test case design. So test plan specifies how to carry out the testing process, as we have seen, which units need to be tested and what are those tools that can be used for testing. So as I told in the previous slides, the test plan contains how to carry out the plan or a document that contains what all to be tested and how the testing should be done and at what times. But it will not specify about the testing unit, means which unit should be tested. So test case specification is the major activity in the testing process. Now careful selection of test cases will help in conducting proper testing. Okay, so selection of test cases is also important while conducting testing. So there are two basic reasons why test case specification should be used before testing. So firstly, it will assist the tester to reveal as many errors as possible. So what happens if we do the test specification before only, it will help to tester to identify many errors as possible before the program, and second, also the high quality code can be produced. After that, how to carry out the test case execution. Now once the specification is done, so you will identify what all errors may come in the program. So after the tester does the test case specification, the next step is to execute the test cases. Now the execution of test case requires drivers and stubs. So there are some drivers and stubs that are required to execute the test cases. So it is sometimes called a test procedure specification. It consists of special requirements required for setting up the test environment. The most common report produced during testing is test summary report and error report. So what are these reports? The test summary report describes the execution of the entire test cases. So what all test cases we have conducted, it will contain the entire summary, means what all test cases you have conducted and what was the output and what was the actual value and what was the expected value. So it is used in project management. The error report, it will specify the errors and defects encountered during the testing. So once the all the testing execution of test cases are done, two reports will be generated. One of them is test summary, which contains all test cases, and another is error report. So this contains what all errors were generated while conducting test case execution. There's a defect tracking. Now there's a defect life cycle used for tracking the defects. So it's a defect in which it will demonstrate how defect goes through various life stages in its lifetime. So as you can see in the diagram, so number of states the defect goes through varies from project to project. So it will not be same for all the project, that is the given states, number of states will not be same for all the project. As you can see in the diagram, there are 5 states, so it may change to 5 to 6 or 6 to 7 depending on the project. Okay, so it demonstrates how defect goes to various stages in the lifetime. So you can see here, once you have fixed the defect, submitted, then assign the defect. After that you have fixed the defect. So after fixing, again you have verified and again closed it. So we'll see one by one what is submitted. So it's the initial stage in which defect is raised. So when you on the test case execution, there is a when you're finding defects, so if you find the defect or the defect is raised and it will be posted for the first time. So at the first time when you find the defect, so that phase is called as a submitted, assigned. Now once you identify the defect in the program, it is assigned to a developer for fixing. Now once a tester finds there is a defect in the code or in the development, so it will tell the developer for fixing that defect. So that is the assigned phase state. Fixed. So in this, whatever the defect has been, there's a defect in the program, so developer will test it, analyze it and fix it. So after fixing the defect, it's then ready for verified. So after testing the defect, so once the testing has been fixed, it will be again verified. When defect gets fixed, again its state will be declared as verified. So the fixed defect has been verified. The last stage will be close. Now once there is no defect longer exists in the program, then it will enter in the close state. Now in this video we have discussed about what is the test plan, what is test case design and what is test case execution. Thank you.